That's a way for you to keep track of who's been in and who hadn't. Matt Borland, Ryan Newman's crew chief.
There's something about the fuel gauge. I'm assuming that he means pit pretty soon.
Probably telling him to run until he sees the fuel pressure gauge fluctuate. Or if he sees it fluctuate, make sure to get in quick.
Right.
If you're new to NASCAR, these cars don't have a fuel gauge in them like your street car does.
5 laps, 4 tires, full fuel load, 2 rounds out, right side track bar.
5 laps? 5 laps, so then he's got to run 69 laps.
Well, that's what Harvick ran last year and won.
Yeah.
But he's in a Dodge, and they haven't been getting all that great of fuel mileage today. Here's his teammate, Rusty Wallace, in, along with Robbie Gordon behind him, with 74 laps to go, Bill.
And this is a little earlier than they wanted. Won't be able to make it to the finish. Rusty's getting 4 scuff tires that they got from the 25 team. These wheels have the 25 logo on the side. Chassis adjustment because he's just a tick tight, Dave.
Robbie Gordon was out of fuel when he came in, but he kept the motor running. They put a little more tape on the front grille, try to cover up that hole. 4 tires and gone. Matt?
And Tony Stewart, 45 miles per hour down pit road, coming to the service of the Home Depot guys. Tony says he wants a wedge adjustment and an air pressure adjustment. Says the car is better right now as Jeff Gooch Patterson makes the adjustment, the gas man. He says, but he does need to have a little bit of work. The car is just a little too snug. The luck's going on the left side, and service is complete for Stewart. They're going to be close on fuel.
Yeah, 73 laps to the finish. That's asking a lot.
I don't think so.
Elliott Sadler is going to be the next one of the lead lap cars to come to pit road. Here he comes, grooving his way to his pit stall. Tony Raines is in behind him. Remember, Ryan Newman still the race leader. Bill?
Elliott Sadler on the pit road around to the right side. A chassis adjustment just to try to improve the handle of that car a little bit. Fuel going in. But they might be able to make it to the finish. This is a little earlier, so I doubt they will be able to do that. Around to the left side. Fuel and tires for Elliott Sadler. He's on his way.
Michael Waltrip coming down pit road behind Sadler. Greg Biffle, is he out of fuel?
I would guess he is. Looks to be.
Was up to 13th spot.
Had a little bit of a clog up there. 74 trying to leave when the 15 was coming in. How about it, Bill?
A lot of traffic down here on pit road. Michael's got his tires and his fuel, and he's on his way too.
Biffle made it to his pit stall. Jeff Burton next to the lead lap cars to come in with 70 laps to go. Dave?
The 16 car was silent, it refired, now it's silent, now it refires, trying to keep the fire in the hole. 4 tires in the meantime for Biffle. Car's been off all day. Troubles now as they're waiting to get the thing off of here. Long pit stop for Greg.
And the leader crossing over just in front of him. Ryan Newman is on pit road with 69 laps to go. Matty?
And Newman can go the distance from here. That's what Matt Borland's calculations tell him. They're going to make a track bar adjustment. Newman says it just has too much left drive coming off the corner. And the 8 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. trouble with the 43. Jr. had to come to a complete stop before he could make it into his pit stall. Jr. not happy with the way the car is sitting extremely tight. You can see the adjustments on the right side. To Marty.
Matt, the 29 of Kevin Harvick is on pit road. The pressure's on Brian Englehart, the Jack Man. He said, get it full. Very slight half-pound out of the right front tire. The car just a little bit loose. They can make it all the way.
And Ryan Newman just pitted with 69 laps to go. He has just run 70 laps on that last stop, so obviously he can make it.
So Jimmy Johnson is going to take over the lead after the set of pit stops by 2.5 seconds over Jeff Gordon.
Leader, you are the leader.
Rusty Wallace and Greg Biffle's teams are being penalized for an improper use of the 8th man over the wall. You're allowed 7 men to work on the car. The 8th man is allowed only to service the driver and the windshield. Apparently the 8th man on the 2 car and the 16 were spraying ether to get the cars refired after they ran dry, and they are being penalized by NASCAR.
We saw them do that on Greg Biffle's pit stop, spraying the ether in the carburetor, trying to get it restarted.
So Jimmy Johnson out in front, but can't make it to the finish on fuel, while a couple of other guys can. Looks just like Daytona last week.
Yeah, the good news is, Jimmy, you're leading the race, but we got some bad news. You got to stop for fuel. A couple of these other cars don't have to stop for fuel.
And other guys who just were reported that are able to make it to the finish, you've got Ryan Newman in 4th place. Kevin Harvick down in 12th place, and Dale Jr. in 11th. So Ryan Newman clearly the best off of them.
Bill Weber was talking about a very tight pit road. Watch as Michael Waltrip comes down pit road, and Tony Raines is trying to leave in 74. And look at the damage on the right front fender of the 74 car, where he makes contact with Michael's car.
Here we go at 43 in the 8 car. They said go, go, go to the 43. 8 Junior had to slam on the brakes, stop, wait till the 43 gets out of the way, then pull into his pits.
You know what that looked like to me? Like Junior was expecting the 43 to be gone because he started to turn in behind him, and the 43 wasn't gone yet. So it's Jimmy Johnson out in front of the Tropicana 400. Just over 300 miles in the race, but fuel could play into deciding who wins this one again today.
NBC's coverage of the Tropicana 400 is brought to you by Pontiac.
Trouble, turn 2, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Into the wall, caution flags out. 2nd place man in the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship.
And Junior has been having trouble the last couple of laps. During our commercial break down in 1 and 2, his car was very, very high, like something was wrong.
Big moment in the championship there for Dale Jr. Big moment in the race because the caution flag is going to bring some people like Jimmy Johnson a chance to get some fuel that they need to make the checkers. And that is going to be done for the day from the looks of that car.
Oh, no question. Let's see if we take a look at what happened here. See him going down into 1 right there. Car is bobbling a lot right there, BP. Gets back in the gas and just loses it.
All of a sudden the car just spins around.
But the car looked loose as he got down into 1.
Well, you know, they've been talking about this car being a handful all weekend. And we caught just a clip at the end there of Junior's radio transmission saying, I just couldn't hang on to it this time.
Well, you know, in final practice, we rode along with the 8 car a bunch of times, and that car really looked unstable getting into the corners, even then. It happens fast.
He's trying to get some perspiration out of his eyes.
And now pit stops.
Right side scuffs for the 42 car and fuel, and he's on his way.
Jimmy Johnson's already come and gone.
They're going to make a wedge adjustment on the 24, and right side tire stickers going on. 1 can of fuel.
Right side tires for Tony Stewart. Bill Elliott's getting fuel only. And it looks like fuel only for Elliott Sadler. I'll check with Dave, but I believe Jimmy Johnson just got a splash of gas. Dave?
Remember how fast he was without changing tires last time? That's the same thing they did again. This is the lap they needed to get to make it to the end. And they made a wedge adjustment as well in the right rear. He was a little bit tight.
And while all these guys were making pit stops, Rusty Wallace just drove his car in the garage area. There it is.
Transmission gone on the 2. Transmission.
Rusty 9th place in the championship standings, joining Kurt Busch and now Dale Earnhardt Jr., among others, out of the Tropicana 400 with 58 to go.